Okay, the audio on this one is something special. I recorded it on my microphone, a handheld microphone. So if you hear pat, 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 yeah, that's really happening. And then I just plugged it right into my phone. So the audio is good, but at points you're like, what's happening? So just keep that in mind as we go through this podcast. It's really great though, and I wanted to deliver this content to you in a way that was so authentic. So I wanted to record it right after I had left the fourth birthday at the father's house, Orange County. So without any further talking, blabbering, let's go ahead and listen to the episode. Hello, and welcome to this episode of this season of Talkshow. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a season of me because I just got wrecked in church. And I think that this is really important to talk about because as someone who's never done this church thing before, you're like, what do I expect? What's coming? What can I look forward to? How does it go? I don't know. I just had a lot of questions and I didn't know kind of what to expect. And so I want to create this resource for you. If you are interested in church, I don't know. I'm just sharing what I know. And so okay, so today I'm wearing white because it was the white out party, the white party, not white out party. It was the white party at the church I go to for their fourth birthday. And it just so happened I was in town and I was able to actually attend, which was honestly amazing. And so I was able to attend and oh boy. So I went and I go to the first service and then I just go to all of them when I'm in town because it's so far away from where I live that I never actually get to come to these unless work brings me out here because at work So unless work brings me here, I don't get to come to church because it's 3,000 miles away from where I live. So I show up at the 9 a.m. service and then I just stay. And today was their first day doing 3 services. So I went and I attended the first one and I was like, wow, I've never seen Bianca speak in real life in person. And I was just like, what? And worship was good. I loved all the songs, which, doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes you get one and you're like, I don't know. Do I know this song? I don't know. And so all the songs were great. The sermon was great. And then I went outside and I mingled a bit, and then I went back for the second service, and that one was funny. Okay, that service, Bianca was turn on and turn up. Okay, that one was amazing, and it was true Bianca fashion, what you see on the internet, because that one is the one that goes live on YouTube, and so. Oh, it was so good. And I didn't feel anything move yet. This trip was orchestrated by God and there's really no other way to say it. Someone had messaged me from this church and was like, you're going to come to the fourth birthday party. And I'm like, what? And they were like, yeah, you're coming to the fourth birthday. And I was like, how? I'm not paying to go there. And they were like, no, if it's God's will, it's God's bill. And I was like, okay. I didn't even know when the fourth birthday was. Okay. So I was like, whatever. And then I get a message from work a few weeks later and they're like, we need you to come to California these days. I'm like, okay, sweet. Still didn't know when the birthday was. Then oh my gosh. So then I was listening to this random old podcast of Bianca's, and I don't listen to Bianca's podcast, not because it isn't great, but I just don't listen to other people's podcasts because when I podcast, I don't want to listen to other people's podcasts because it really takes away the love and joy. And so I was randomly listening to her podcast and she said the date of the third birthday. And I was like, well, if it's around the same time, that's when I'm going to be in California. What? So I booked my trip so I can make it to this fourth birthday. And then a few weeks ago from when I'm filming this, from when I'm here, they announced a women's conference. And I was like, and it's literally the week after this service. It's on a Saturday. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's a day after my flight leaves. What if I just move my flight? And so I ended up moving my flight so I can go to the women's conference and I could go to the fourth birthday. I mean, this trip was high key orchestrated by God for me to be able to be here. So even before I got here, I was like, I am expecting God to move. Okay. There's something that's going to happen that I don't know yet, but something's going to happen and I am ready. And so I'm in these services, waiting and wondering. And so I was right before the third service started, I was like, dear Jesus, please let Bianca say the word trust. I was like, I've listened to her give this sermon twice already today, and she's never used the word trust. I was like, but I am struggling so hard with trusting you, with trusting myself, and with trust in general. Like, please let this woman say trust. And so before it started, I literally was like, trust, 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 trust. Like, please, Jesus. Because the last time I really, really encountered God was in Houston, Texas, where someone got up and they said literally the exact words I was thinking, which blew me away and just changed my life. And so I was like, dear Jesus, please let her say trust. Like, please let her, I need confirmation. Like, we're on the same team here. Because again, trust. And so I literally watched her give this sermon twice. She never said trust. In this last service, she said, you need to trust God. And I was like, okay. So then I was like, tearing. And I was like, okay. Then they were like, okay, we're going to create space. They hadn't done this in any other service. And just so you can listen to the God call upon your life and like you can kind of figure it out. And again, this can all sound really overwhelming and really weird. Like if this is something you don't do, I don't go to real church in real life because I've not found one near me that I like. And I am so a part of the Father's House, Orange County. Like I just truthfully like, it's just not, I just love them so much and no one literally even comes close. So I'm so new to this whole church thing and it's so overwhelming. And there's just so many people and there's so many things and everyone has a job and you just show up and it's really a lot. And so I just kind of just take it all in. And so I was sitting there and I was like tearing up and I was like, I just need to feel something. Like, I know I came here for a reason, right? Like, I had conviction that I was here for a reason. Like, this trip, there's something's going to happen, right? So when she said trust, I was like, okay, something is going to happen. So I was like, now I need to go get prayed over. So in another room, they have a space where you can go get prayed over. And I was met with this woman who was adorable. And I couldn't even get my words out because do you know when you're just so uncomfortable and you're like, okay, like I am so sorry that my words are shaky, like, but I am very uncomfortable right now. And so I went in to go get prayed over and I highly recommend this to every single human. Please go get prayer. Like that's what they're there for. Like they are vessels for amazingness. So please go. And so I tell the lady, I was like, you look very kind. I was like, I just really struggle with trust and trusting Jesus and trusting myself and trust in general. Like I just really struggle with it. And she was like, okay, great. So then she just starts praying. And whenever I've been prayed over, they say things that I don't know I need, but I need. So she was praying over me and she said one thing. And that's when I just high key, just like lost it, like tears out my eyeballs, like are my eyelashes gonna fall off type of lost it. I'm sorry to interrupt your program, but I just want to say something hilarious. I said this almost like foreshadowing what was going to happen because at the women's conference, my whole eyelash fell off because I was crying so much and I was talking to people and I didn't even realize that literally half of my eyelash was hanging off. So looks like I need a stronger glue. Anyway, just thought it was hilarious that I said this here. Was my eyelash going to fall off? Well, all I had to do was wait 6 days and then it would. And she said something about living my life. And she was like, you need to live your life and trust that Jesus is working for you in the background. And I was like, how do you know I don't live my life? Okay. And so I just started crying because I truthfully, like, that is something I'm working so hard on is integrating play into my life because I don't play enough and I don't live my life enough and I don't do anything enough because I'm just so like focus. And that's not life, right? And so Jesus himself just told me I need to live life more and trust that he's got me covered. And just truthfully, like all in all, man, it's moments like those when you're like, oh my God, all of those days I spent alone, all of those moments that I chose to like sit in solitude and not go find community, all those times where I, said Jesus wasn't for me, all those times where I basically like chose everything but God and did everything away from where I could be, it all just melts away when you see like, holy potatoes, this is real. And I don't know like how else to talk about it in a way that like doesn't make me say like, follow Jesus, it'll change your life. Like, no, it's just like, listen, I'm telling you how Jesus changed my life. And I was broken and busted and depressed and sad and lost and anxious and love addicted and all these things. And I couldn't be consistent on the internet. I couldn't step into the God call upon my life. I could not do so many things until I stepped into Jesus. And I'm not good. I'm not perfect. I mean, I'm like just barely by with like I'm doing it, right? Like I wake up and I pray and I read the Bible in which I can. I watch sermons. I trust God-ish. I mean, not really. I speak to God often and I just know what he's done for me. And when I was in Texas and Jesus Jackie was praying over me and my ADD and my mind, I had never quite experienced what happened after ever in my life. Like when you hear stories about people saying like, oh no, like these people had immediate healings. I had an immediate healing that day. And I know that not everyone gets them. I know that it's not something that like, everyone gets, like you get one. It was my turn, I'm guessing is what happened because I was not expecting it. And I needed Jesus to move in my life so he could move me for other people. And so we got prayed over then, and it was in a way, like I said, that I didn't even know I needed. I left with a quiet mind and a quiet heart and just full of proof to myself that Jesus is really real. And I proudly carry that proof with me in my heart that Jesus is really, really real. And I always say like therapy, yes, but if you're broke, find Jesus. Jesus has changed my life more in every aspect. I have accomplished more. I have become a better person. I have done more things through Jesus Christ than I have ever. My emotional health has never been better. My mental health has never been better. My physical health, we're getting there. We're working out. But I now have the space in my mind, in my life to do that. I am finally choosing me. And now today, when I get this message that I need to live my life and trust that Jesus is working for me behind the scenes, that is everything I needed to step into this next season. Because I am so here to tell you that homegirl needs to have fun. And I don't know who else needs to hear this, but like I used to wear workaholism as like a badge of honor. And now I'm looking at it like, how the heck can I not be a workaholic? Like it's not worth it. It's not working out. Something needs to give. And today I got permission. And so I know that Jesus to people is really weird. And he was really weird to me. Literally August in 2021, I was like, who's Jesus? He's one man. He can't do all these things. And today it's September 2022, and I am literally telling you that my life has never been better with Jesus in it. Does my life still not have hardships? Yes. Does my life is it still not perfect? Yes. Do I do stupid things? Yes. But every single day I'm like, how can I be better? And I mean, how can I become uncomfortable? Like truthfully, when I met with Bianca when I was here last time, which I'm telling you, that lady is an earth angel. She denied me when I called her an earth angel, but I'm here to tell you that woman is so kind. I mean, like, she has changed my life, and I just sent her a voice message saying that, but like, she high key changed my whole life. Before Bianca, I was going down a trajectory of badness. Like, I was trying all these things. I was doing all these things and nothing was working. And I was just literally killing myself to try to make something work, but nothing was working. It was like, ugh. Like, do you know when you try to walk on ice and it's like, ugh, like that's exactly what was happening. And then one day had this inkling I needed to turn on YouTube, and I was like, why? I'm vacuuming my stair, Jesus. I didn't know it was Jesus at the time. I was like, why, soul? I'm vacuuming my stair. And I turn it on, and there's this woman who looks like Jasmine Star, and I'm working the tech industry, and I know who Jasmine Star is. She actually spoke at one of the conferences I was at, and I was just like, who is that? Is that Jasmine Star? No. That's Jasmine Star's twin. That's right. She does have a twin. They posted this picture this one time outside the house. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. I heard her speak and I was like, who is this woman? Because she's going to make me believe in Jesus. And the way she spoke had me in tears. And the weirdest part of this entire thing is I would watch Jasmine Star's content and I wouldn't know what was happening. And I literally remember one of the last times I was watching one of her live videos that she used to do in her kitchen where she would like make her French press coffee and like do her Q&A. I said, Meagan, why are you watching this? Like, there's something you need from this, but you just don't know. And today in church, Jasmine Star was sitting in the same row as me, and I wanted to creepily be like, I just want to let you know, thank you. I'm here because of you, because I knew that there was something I had to keep watching, and then and then I met your sister, and But there is something about people you meet being instruments, implements, to your future and your healing and your change. And I just literally cannot say enough good things about the Father's house. Like, truthfully, the first time I ever came, I was met with such open, warm arms, like loved in a way I've never been accepted on. Like, it was just truthfully amazing. But today was different. Today I walked in and they all knew me, and I did my thing, and I knew that Jesus was going to move. I prayed. I was like, please move, Jesus. I mean, you brought me here for a reason. What was the reason? Right. And so I was just trying to surrender my big scary thing and see what he did with it, because we both know trust be messing up everything in my life. Like, everything in my life always comes back to the issue of trust. Why am I not as successful as I want to be? Trust. Why am I not as happy as I want to be? Trust. Why am I not getting the people in my life I need to get in my life? Trust. Why? The answer I've been getting back is always trust. And I'm telling you, I'm literally a girl who said she would never believe in Jesus. And here I am telling you how Jesus has changed my life. And I just want to let you know, I am no different than you, and you are no different than me. And if you are wanting something more from your life, like, please entertain the idea of Jesus. I was listening to this sermon today before I went to church, and they were like, how do you pray? You just talk. You talk to God. Like, it's not complicated. So I guess all of this to say, like, I'm here to share with you, I'm just a normal girl whose life was radically changed by Jesus. And if you are interested in church, if you're interested in all these things, like, just go, just do it, just talk to God, just see what happens for you, because your experience is going to be so different than mine. My experience is so different than everyone else's, because you are an individual and your God call upon your life is so different. I will say, I love the term God call upon your life. It just sounds so good. Like, I'm like, yes, I'm here for the statement, God call upon your life. Like, truthfully. And so please, I just wanted to share this, because when that woman, live it up, Linda, spoke over me and was just praying for me, I lost it. Because I need to enjoy my life and I don't. And it's really hard when you get called out, but I've heard it before that you need to get called out to be called up. And I don't know, there's just really something special. And I don't know if they do this like for everyone. I don't know. I haven't been in the church long enough. But I mean, this woman was crying and she said some very nice things about me. And I'm always like, so I want to be like, so what do you really see? Am I going to do anything good with my life? Like, I just truthfully am like, I really wonder, like, if these women know, like, things I need to know. right? Like, I mean, it is hard to almost be like, are you a fortune teller? Like, I know you're not, but like, what's the future look like? And so, you know, it is really interesting that these people can see into your lives in ways that, like, you know, divine knowledge allows them to. And sometimes it's really amazing to hear that, like, God's plans for my life are really amazing, because it's really easy to forget when you're in it. So I don't know what the point of this was. My main point was to share with you that Jesus can sound really scary. There can feel like there's a lot of judgment around the topic, but I'm here to tell you, the older I get and the more into life I get, the more I realize that I don't want to do what I think is cool. I want to do what I'm literally put here to do, to make an impact and change lives. So I just want to say, if you're interested, please go take a step, take a risk, try something new, and watch your life just completely and radically change and transform when you introduce Jesus into your life. But I just today changed my life, for real. Today, real life changed my life. Yeah, today changed me as a person, and I'm so grateful because I get to go to the women's conference, and I can't wait to see what that does to my inside. So Jesus is scary. You think people will judge you, but you have to realize that your life will be so much better with Jesus in it. Like, I know you're not a believer, maybe. I'm blue. There we go. I was like, why am I blue? I know that believing in Jesus can literally feel like a death sentence to a lot of people. But it's really the first step to freedom and living a life that you've high-key never imagined. I had debilitating, crippling anxiety. I ain't got no anxiety. I mean, some of it, but like not all the time. I had raging ADD. You guys might think I have ADD. I just have nonlinear thinking. So that's why my word's still a little crazy. But like, my brain, I wasn't able to read a book. And let me tell you, on the way here, on the plane ride here, I read a book for 4.5 hours. Now, you guys might think, wow, how did you not finish the whole book? Because I read slow, because I don't read, okay? And that's a testament to God. The friendships I have in my life are a testament to God. God doesn't only just work in religion, he works in your real life. Stop limiting him to only thinking God will come to me when I am at church and that's it. No, God has improved my life. The reason I have a podcast today is because of Jesus. The reason I have 2 other podcasts is because of Jesus. The reason why I'm willing to put myself out there is not for me. It's so I can help other women see what I'm seeing. So if you think I'm crazy, cool. But if you're interested, I just want to let you know, like, join the ride. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Your life probably already isn't amazing. So just take a little step of faith and see what that little step of faith will do, because it might just change your life. So if you need to watch anyone on the YouTube, please type in Bianca Olthoff, okay? You won't be disappointed. I give away her books all the time, How to Have Your Life Not Suck, because truthfully, like, that book has changed my life. She's changed in general. So if you are just starting out, please look her up, do your thing, trust her. That's the part. Again, trust. Like, I need to know, like, that, you know, I'm going to be able to gel well with the human, right? And so I do gel well with Bianca. You'll probably love her too. So please look her up. If you're interested in Jesus, like, just listen to a message and see what happens, because the one you click on might just be the one you need. So, oh boy, thank you, Jesus. Thank you for this trip. Thank you for this blue sky out today. I cannot wait to go to the beach. Let's go get away. Say, hey, what they gonna say? But the valet guy's probably mad at me because my car is still parked in the valet section, because this hotel only has valet. I mean, I'd love to self-park my car, but not an option. So, anywho, got to go back to my car because the valet guy's probably really mad at me, but I wanted to get this in before I went to the beach and journaled and just really took it all in and soaked it all in, because I'm here to tell you, like, whoa, whoa. Okay, I realize that was a really abrupt ending, but I will just say this. One thing I've learned since filming this almost 3 weeks ago is that I'm not going to know why God brings me places and why I'm there. Eventually, I will find out. And I'm going to do a whole one about the women's conference because something happened to me at the women's conference that was truly like inside, like my heart posture shifted. But it's important to know that I'm not going to know why things happen. And Bianca, speaking of the magical human she posted something the other day and I felt like it was like directly at me, and it is super important. And I just wanted to share it with you guys today because honestly, we all go about life thinking that we should know why something is happening. And she posted from Proverbs 20:24, and she said, "The Lord directs our steps, so why try to understand everything along the way?" And I'm here to tell you, I am trying to take this one to heart because I don't need to know. I don't need to know why things are happening. But let me tell you something. You better bet your bottom dollar I was so grateful I was there. That trip was something that my heart and soul needed, and it allowed me to get planted more into the church, to meet people again, to see people again, and to realize that this is a place I want to be. Like, this is where I want to plant. This is where I want to be a part of, and I want to give back to and help the community through. And even though I'm not there, I still want to be able to give back. And it was just an amazing trip. So thank you so much for listening to this and for joining me along this journey of finding Jesus and allowing Jesus to be a part of my life. It's, again, something I never thought would happen, but I am so beyond grateful because now I can't even imagine like living without it. And so I hope that my naivete helps you understand that you're not alone. Like, we're just figuring this out together. And I know that I see a lot of people who go into the church and they've been in the church for so long. And then there's me, who I've never been to a Christian church, like, ever. And I've never like known Jesus, and I'm just starting over like completely. And so I hope that you guys find this helpful and you can kind of see yourself through it. If this is something that maybe you're interested in and you want to do, but you just aren't sure how, let me pave the way of awkwardness. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed this live from my hotel room. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next week.